What a game. Honestly, this Rams 49ers game, 27-24 to the Rams. Guys, I just have to off the bat say, I was thinking about this last night. I didn't spend all night thinking about Sean McVay. That sounds weird. But he is, for me, other than Andy Reid, the second best coach in the league. I feel like he steps up when players are hurt. He is a guy they've never really had, much draft capital, and he had that knock against it. Oh, the Rams just give all their picks away. They sold their soul for that one Super Bowl. To do what they did without Kupp and Nacua and make things happen, I thought it was an incredible game plan, an element of luck as well here and there. But the question, why not? Where's McVay? Do you think am I being ridiculous? Is it overreaction to put him as? Obviously, there's a few head coaches who are up there, but I just thought that he coached a really good game against a divisional rival.
I just think Kyle Shanahan. I know he beat Kyle Shanahan. I know they beat him. Huh?
I'm glad. I was hoping you'd say that, because I feel like him losing games like this buys into this narrative of them losing close, big games, like the Super Bowl losses. I know he's great. He's a great offensive mind, but I don't think it was a good look losing this game.
But they kept in it even without their big stars as well. No Debo, no CMC, no Kittle.
Trent Williams got hurt, didn't he, as well?
Trent Williams got hurt. They kept in this game. I know the Rams won and they should put it away, but they did keep in this game. And historically, I don't know. He's up there in top 5. Like, he is definitely, or maybe even top 3 for me. But obviously, Andy Reid's number 1. If Belichick was still kicking about, he'd be number 1 again next year. Yeah. Well, when he's at CBS or College Game Day or whatever he does these days.
You are right though about the Niners. Though they did do well. Like I think even though they lost, they put up 137 rushing yards on the ground. Juwan Jennings was 175 yards, 11 catches.
And this guy saw all the fantasy points against Adam for that, and then saw all the.
What's the score like for that game?
On the bench. That's what was great. He put Jennings in and went to bed being nowhere near, and then woke up this morning wow, okay. And what was even better is I played Gareth in our other league, and he had Jennings on the bench. So it was a win-win for me. So it went from me I'm still 27% chance of winning. It's predicted 152 against 141. I have 129 and Adam has 134. He has Jaden Daniels played tonight. I have Zach Moss. So he's going to win. But
Shanahan gave you a chance by drawing up the play. Yeah. Now I know why he's been hyped up.
Yeah, a valiant effort. But yeah, it's a valiant effort by my whole team, I must say. The Rams, McVay schemes up so well. He schemes up so well, and he's in that. That's why he's in that bracket of 3. Top coaches in the league, is that he does that so well. I put down this may be the game they look back on in December, and they go winning that game got us to the playoffs.
Yeah,
it felt like that sort of win. I think that sort of scrappy comeback without our stars. Jared Verse, man, what a draft pick he is. What a pick he was. Adam knows a lot more about him than I do, but I watched the videos of him, and it was the defensive tackle whose name's escaping me now. But played on the same team for Florida State.
Brandon Fisk.
Brandon Fisk, that's the one. Because in my head, I've got Brian Balaga, but he plays for the Saints, and he was a year before. But yeah, so them two, I knew about them both, obviously being from the same school, drafting the first and second round. But what a player he looks. They took him right to the end. They will need to do that a few times this season, I think, because I don't think Kupp's going to come back anytime soon, and Nacua either. So, and even if they do we see them go down again? Yeah, they took their advantage yesterday. And then the Niners, I'll let Adam talk about Niners, I suppose, because I've got unless we talk about Rams, obviously.
Adam, there's 2 players I want to ask you about. So Verse was one, speak about him, but also your mate Tutu Atwell.
My mate Tutu Atwell.
Hey, on the betting show last year, you were talking about him. He actually turned up. It was like a career changer for him.
In fairness, the reason we spoke about him a lot last year was because he was always on the field, whereas he hasn't really done much this year.
But he got that,
But,
was it a 50-yard bomb, 4 catches?
Yeah.
Like, he was. They needed people to step up. DeMarcus Robinson ran the most routes, but what did you like from these young receivers who had to step up and also verse as well on the defensive side?
Yeah, DeMarcus Robinson, the new cardio king, so he liked running around and doing nothing. They look good. I think they've got a lot of decent young wide receivers, haven't they? Whittington looked all right. Is it Johnson? I think there's the other one. They look okay. Yeah. They're not. They look solid. They're just not going to get in ahead of Puka or Kupp. That's the only thing. But yeah, they all look pretty good. As you spoke about McVay, I think he's going to get them doing everything that he wants. So that's not going to be a problem. And obviously, you got Kyron Williams as well in the run game, which works for them, and that's something that I think they're going to have to rely on him a lot more and as much as what they did in this game in order to be able to dig out results like this. I have to say, for the whole game, I felt like the 49ers had it pretty much in hand all the way until right at the very end. And it somehow the Rams kind of just kept on sort of like chipping away and managed to get it. So, yeah, it was a bit of a surprise. And as Jared Verse, great edge rusher. He's going to be really good. We've been saying it for a while now. And he's like I say, he's explosive. I think that's the word for him. He's not so much the finesse, not so much pure athlete, but kind of the good all-round explosive edge rusher. And I think that this was why, come the end of it, given the team that he was on as well, it really felt like to me that when we were speaking about Defensive Rookie of the Year, he was kind of a very good option for that. And I think that if he keeps doing what he's doing, he's still going to be a great option for it. So yeah, he just looks like a very, very solid edge rusher who's going to do really well in this league.
Even though your other mate Liatu Latu had the game-winning sack or whatever.
But Liatu Latu is the finesse guy. You see, that's the difference.
So if Liatu, so amongst your friendship group, if Liatu's the finesse guy, the Atwell's the speedster, which one are you?
Me personally, I'm the all-rounder. So I'm the all-rounder. So
you're the all-rounder
I'm Deontay Johnson, aren't I? That's me. The all-rounder. He's always there. He's always reliable.
Because he's come off that big game. I did not think Deontay Johnson would get a shout out. He did have a good performance yesterday.
I went on the Steelers connection.
Any receiver.
I say you could have gone for like Mike Evans or like Devontae Adams. Like that's
but I'm reliable.
Yeah. Like, you should have gone for Xavier Smith. His jerseys will be selling like hotcakes after that return to set up the field goal. Rams fans who didn't even know who he was. That he'll be the.
I don't know who he is.
He's the guy who returned the punt.
Yeah, I know.
I was going to say, come on, Adam, don't say you don't know who he is. My mate, number 19, I think it was my favourite number.
It's nice to know we all have a few mates outside of the podcast.
I'll text him after. Good return. The last thing on this game that I wanted to say was, and I did say it before we came on, this was a real battle of it just felt like old school, great quarterback play. Like there were no turnovers. It was Purdy and Stafford going head to head. And I had them both in my top 10 before the season. And I think this game confirmed it. Like, I think we all get fascinated now with even as a Patriots fan, Drake May's able, when he develops, he'll be mobile. But at the end of the day, it's about being able to bloody pick defenses apart and throw the ball. And both of them did that perfectly with a lot of injuries. No Debo. Even for Purdy, like you said, there was injuries on the O-line. Stafford did his thing. I don't know if you guys were just as impressed as I was, but it was probably the first game this season that made me turn Red Zone off. I was like, I want to watch this game specifically.
It might be the best game of the year so far.
Yeah, it was just so much drama.
overall competitiveness. Even though I know Adam said the 49ers felt like it got it in hand, I still think the Rams put up valiant efforts in each quarter.
Yeah.
Because that first drive they do for the Jennings touchdown, it was like, this feels like the script. This feels like this could be what they do all day, is just run up and down. And then, but yeah, the Niners are going to hurt after that one. Yeah, second loss in the season.
And they're both 1 and 2, which is mad.
Yeah, and they played really well, even though depleted for injuries. They outplayed stat wise as well, and they're going to look at that and be like, we've got to win close games like that. Well, close game when it gets to them close games, we've got to be on the winning side of it, and I think there will be. Special teams, they just don't care about it in San Francisco, do they? Whereas like Sean McVay really cares about it. Like, it's really weird that, because he's openly said that as well. I think he's been like, yeah, whatever. Like,
which made it funnier that it was the special teams that got that big yardage. It's like, oh, yeah.
I could be completely making it up, but I'm pretty sure there is a quote from him, not going like, I don't care, but going like, yeah, well, you know, it's part of football sort of thing. I don't know. I'm sure there's a clip out there. So it's someone.
And it also says, I've just had done it. Kyle Shanahan rips his special teams unit. We'll all be researching this after. Just not a fan of special. This is why he's not. See, Belichick, the best head coaches, they prioritize special teams.